X15 is a bodyweight workout with three main goals. We're gonna master the bodyweight training basics, we're gonna boost metabolism and mobility, and we're gonna build stamina and endurance, not just physical, but mental. Now, this is a progression on X3 and X9, so you can review those videos for some modifications, regressions as needed. But if you're ready to progress to the next level, we're doing that today. Let's stretch the shoulders and hips with the crab shrug to bridge. Now, one thing to note on hand positioning here, you might initially need to spin those fingers out, but ideally, to maximize the wrist mobility benefits, you want those fingers pointing away from your body, back that way, and then spread them as wide as you can to take pressure off the wrist and give you a bigger base of support. So once I'm set up there, hands under shoulders with fingers back, get the knees like this, legs should be bent about 90 degrees, and I want to start, see that? I'm shrugged. So I'm going turtle shell. All right, what I'm gonna first do is exhale as I pack the shoulders down and back and lift the hips off the ground. So now I've done that scapular depression, I've activated my low traps, and then I'm going to continue that exhale into full hip extension, and now I'm in the bridge position, all right? Inhale down. So it's one smooth inhale as I lower and then sink the shoulders, and then one smooth exhale as I come up. This is such a good warm-up exercise. It's also great anytime, anywhere mobility. Now, here's what I can do to make it even more intense. For the wrists, I can elevate the fingers on a pair of slant boards. And now there's much more stretch going on. I'm also allowing me to get a little more dip. I can actually dip a little bit lower and stretch my shoulders more. Right here, man, the wrist stretch is off the charts. If I want to get another way here, I can elevate the toes. Uncle Baby, these slant boards are so important for me. Yeah. Okay, so I get locked in, and now I got a little more range of motion. I can access that awesome pushback angle with that elevated toe position on the bridge. I would start every workout like that if I had the choice. The bear crawl works the entire front side of the body, and the crab works the entire back side of the body. Now that was kind of a funky transition. Don't you want to know how to seamlessly flow between those shapes? I'll show you. With the bear to crab roll, here's what we do. Bear crawl position. I'm gonna bring one leg in, opposite hand over to crab. Now you can initially let those fingers go out a bit more, but ideally, if we can keep them pointing back, you get more wrist mobility benefits here. And you can start lower on this. This is easier for people to access early on. And then I just bring right back into it like that. So I'm gonna exhale out, inhale back. Then I'm going to make it more challenging by exhaling into the high bridge. You get more shoulder stretch and more glute activation. Inhale it back. Now here's another option too. You're gonna mix it up a little bit. Come back the other way. All right, so you have a lot of options with this one. It's a great way, again, to just add resiliency to your whole upper body. It's a nice animal movement, and it'll make you feel like a beast, but you know what? That's good too. Here's a quick test. Can you sit into a kneeling position, or what some would call a prayer shape, for 60 seconds without pain? If the answer is no, those knees need some loving, okay? Your body needs maintenance even when you're young, but especially as you get older. So this is called flexion gap. And what we're gonna do here is, I'll show you the body weight option. I'm gonna take my ankle, I'm gonna sandwich it in between my calf and hamstring and get it as close into the back of the knee as possible. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit back into it. What this is gonna do is clear space into the joint capsule to allow my knee to bend with less pain. Get all that stiffness, unglue all that tightness. So what I'm gonna do is not just sit back in, I'm gonna add some side-to-side motion. Now the great thing about using my leg is my shin muscle actually is kind of sawing in to the soft tissues behind the knee, high calf, lower hamstring. That might also be causing some restrictions in other movements. So I get some massage, but I'm also, again, just getting more flexion built into the knee. Another great option, all right, is you take a double lacrosse ball or a peanut. You can take 2 tennis balls or lacrosse balls, put it into a sock and replicate this. And I put it right here and I come back. And again, you can also start kind of in both knees, less pressure there. But again, and this really gets like inner outer compartments. Oh yeah, just kind of 1 to 2 minutes per side is the ideal time frame here. And again, if you're holding your breath and panicking, you won't get the most out of the drill. You got to breathe through it. Now, here's how I can progress this. I can lift this leg, and now I can sink more of my body weight back into this guy. And if I wanted to get a little more toe mobility, I can go like this and kind of crunch in and get a lot of different things going there. But this is basically helping you get into these, you know, deep squat. By the way, instant benefits. You'll go from feeling creaky or just like, there's no way I could do this, to being able to get here no problem. Trust me, as someone who had 4 knee surgeries by the time he was 22, and post-surgery too, that's when you lose range of motion. You lose the ability to bend the knee when you have scars, swelling, those types of things going on. So this drill is a lifesaver for the knees. Please give it a try if you want to do deep squatting, deep bending, or just want to regain motion through the knee. This is how you do it. The bear walkout is one of my favorite core exercises. It's also really good for squat prep and working your quads. You get out as far as you can to really challenge the core. Inhale back as you come into the bear shape. Now, how can I make this harder? First, what you want to learn how to do is get your feet close together, so there's more quad stress and less stability this way. So you do the same concept and going from here to here, walk it out. So you inhale going out, exhale coming back. Here's the most advanced option. This one's really tough. It's difficult, especially to get the arms all the way overhead. One thing I'll recommend is try to center your foot between the hands, all right? And as you do this, we wanna fight those tilting or turning forces as we do it. Initially, if you can't hold the one leg quad or one leg bear crawl, and that's not comfortable enough for you, there's no way you'll do the walkout. So you'll start there. From there though, we get locked in. Let me have enough space here in my little prison cell. This is such a quad killer. It'll also add resilience to your knees beyond being an insane hip and core exercise. Hip and shoulder exercise. So get after it, do the best you can. And again, try to middle that knee between the hands. If it's like this, you'll be more likely to turn and tilt as you do it. Enjoy. Seesaw lunge, my favorite lunge variation, a combination reverse and forward lunge. What you do here is one foot never leaves the floor, all right? So it's a big challenge. It's also a way to kind of access a walking lunge type feel, but in small spaces when you don't have the ability to go all over the place. Now, here's how I make this twice as effective. One, I put my foot onto a slant board. When I'm coming back, or this is the lead leg, it actually gets me more low quad stress. I get more range of motion. I get more movement through the hip and the knee. When I come forward, exhale going forward, inhale coming down, I get more back toe involvement, so I get to strengthen my feet and my toes more. Now here's another option. This will make it feel like I'm holding 50-pound dumbbells. So the benefit to it, the slant board, say I'm actually in space, a one-legged balance support. Don't just dangle here, watch what I do. I push away, I hip hike, and now I can actually mobilize the hip capsule and really strengthen the pelvic area. I'm going to inhale down, come up, down, pulse. 3 to 5 pulses there, and I would go inhale down, come forward, come back, repeat for time. This feels amazing in a real challenging way. A lot of pump, a lot of stability. And again, when you spend time in the most difficult portion of the movement, the bottom, and you can go up and down and have control, that's mastery of the movement, okay? Anybody can go to heavier weights on an exercise. What impresses me is that body control, okay? Because then I know that you'll be able to do this for a long time. I love the alternating lateral lunge. Now, side-to-side movements like that tend to be less stressful on the front of the knee than forward and back movements. So that's one reason. It also gives you a little more hinge through the hip, so you get a little more glute hamstring activation as well. Now, once you can do this properly, where you can come all the way down, notice how my toes are forward, hips and shoulders are square ahead, opposite toe is touching. It's kind of like a skater shape, a speed skater shape. Inhale down, exhale up. Make it harder by adding the lunge jump component to it. This really smokes the lateral hips, gets your heart rate up, and it's easy on the knees. So this is the type of cardio exercise I love to put into a workout, because again, I don't want to make these bark at you. I want to make these and these bark at you. Quads and the glutes. I like these. I want to protect these. This movement will help you do that. Wall climber. Now I'm going to show you the easier option first. You got to be able to get your feet flush to the wall like that. And the whole point of that is we can actually push into the wall. The push into the wall actually helps maximize hip extension or glute activation. So that's why we're doing it. It's not just a silly parlor trick. So I get locked in, and what I'm going to do here is pushing against the wall while the opposite foot or knee tucks into the chest. And the key here is if I don't have enough motion to the shoulder, so if I'm kind of dip like this, it's going to make it so that I'm going to kind of bump into the floor here. But when I push my shoulder blades away from each other and protract and get the serratus anterior going like this, now I've got clearance. And I can pull the toes to the shin more and really tuck to the chest. So it's a great overall, like a lot of compression happens there, great core activation and hip, total hip, glute, hip flexor. How do you make this harder? Well, you elevate the feet against the wall and you piss off the person you live with, okay? I don't care if it scuffles, I'm trying to get some gains. So I get locked in, and I like to have the hands a little more in front of the face here. I'm pushing into the wall. Now, if I don't push into the wall enough, here's what happens. See that? I slip down, and that's all sloppy like. So what you wanna do is make sure we're active, push in. Drive those hips into the wall. Glutes, hip flexor here, all right? Shoulders, oh yes, everything, oh my God. Total face melter. Good luck with this one, enjoy. Make your post-workout report in the comment section below. You're done in 20 minutes. And remember, your body's your barbell when you know how to use it. Bye-bye.
Go. Halfway. Rest. 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 Go. Halfway. Half weight. Rest. Go. 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 Half weight. Rest.